so I had a video request from a woman named Felicity, and she just wanted me to talk for a little bit about being a mom and being a woman and being a wife and being a funeral director and embalmer all at the same time, and how I balance some of that. I think when I first started in the business, I was single and didn't really think about any of it. You know, first came the funeral directing and everything else factored in after. It's very different if you are already solidified in your schedule and in your life, and then you try and factor in the funeral directing. So luckily, I had that already as a factor, and that already in my life when I built in everything else. However, I think, without being cliche on a lot of these answers, the support system is where your key is. Having people, whether it's family, whether it's good daycare, after school, before school, good friends, somebody or multiple people around you that you can call on to step in and help you out. So it takes a village is very true. So if I get stuck up at work because I go into embalm at 3 o'clock and it's not a nice simple 1-point embalming where I can be out to be home to pick up my children or to get somewhere on time, I can then call somebody to hopefully step in and take care of things, or call my husband and hope his schedule's flexible at that moment. So there are times you're going to need to have that backup, to be able to step in for you and help you out with some of that, moving around to the kids and things. A huge factor is working for a funeral home who understands who you are and supports you as a mother and as a wife, and understands that there's life outside of a funeral home. There's family and there's activities and there's things outside of a funeral home. Somebody that is going to help set a schedule for their staff that is not over cumbersome to life so that you can get to school activities, and that if your kid has a preschool play at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, that maybe you can step away from the funeral home for an hour to go be part of that and to be present. So it's finding somewhere that is flexible and that's supportive of you as a person. That, I think, is your huge key. Typically your schedule, if you're a full-time funeral director, is going to be like 1 day off a week and then every other weekend. So you have 1 day a week typically that you can then spend, being a wife, being a mom, and just kind of being you, or going and getting a massage and going to the spa or something, or just sleeping. So whatever your thing may be, you can spend that day doing it. And then every other weekend, yes, it takes a little bit for your family to understand how to work around that schedule, that you don't have every weekend free, and for your kids to understand, hey, mom has to go to work today. It's letting your kids know what that work means to other families. And then when you are home, you are present, and you're not on your phone, you're not returning emails and doing this, that, and the other. For work, you are present and you are with your family, and you're saving maybe those emails till your kids go to bed, or you're carving out date nights with your husband that you're not on your phone with work. So it's balancing and finding your balance. It can be done. This is not something that's not able to be done, obviously, because there's single moms and there's, married people who do this all the time. So it is possible, and you can do this. You just have to trial and error your way through to figure out what works best for you and for your family. And just understand that you can attempt to go out on a date night when you're on call. You just might get called in. So, have date nights at home, or have things that you can alter easily. And it can work, and it can work for you if it's something that's in your heart and it's something you have the desire to do. So I know big support system is the biggest. Working for a place that supports you is number 2, and just focusing when you are at home on your family. So hopefully that helped, Felicity, and keep questions coming. I am so happy to share what I do and how I do it with all of you. Thanks, guys.